So I'm going to start doing this area now. I think I'm going to save this for another time. I don't really know what to do with it. So the idea is that this is going to be the depot for the JIA wagons, which is these ones. So the idea is that they're going to coming off the main line into the sidings, and they'll be unloaded inside that shed. The stuff comes out the chute, then we'll have a pile here of stuff, of like potash. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it turns out, because a lot of my plans don't go to plan, but we'll see. So all this is going to be like a tarmac sort of area, hopefully quite well weathered. And then over here we'll have a little canal basin that'll feed into the lock, and eventually I'll tidy all this up as well and make that fit in a bit more. So yeah, here we go. So that's the the roadway down. So coming from the main street, coming in this way, most traffic ideally be going over the bridge. But to come this way, I'll bring them in the industrial estate where the potash facility is going to be. So I've only, come on train, I've only done it up to here. From there on, it's just going to be sort of potash basically. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to model that yet, because it's quite a weird substance from what I know about it, which is quite a little. So I might just ballast this area and then weather it down. I've actually got a sort of a light creamy sort of colour. You can kind of see it on the weathering on the wagons that I've tried to do. So somewhere around that sort of colour. Do have it somewhere, but not to hand. So yeah, I'll probably just do that and give it a light wash over afterwards. For the tarmac and all that, I've used rail match worn tarmac. It's quite a nice colour actually. It just sort of looks about right. Thinned down a little bit, it works quite well. I'd normally airbrush it, but my airbrush isn't charged up, so I thought I'd just use it hand painted tonight. And I'm not too bothered about this area, looking a bit rough. It's going to be a bit rough anyway, really. So yeah, I'll start doing a bit of scenery. And then once that's done, once it's dried, we'll start adding the road markings and stuff. So that's that area down, the ballast down, although it's not really going to be ballast. I've not really done it the normal ballasting way. I just shot some glue down and sprinkled the ballast on top of it, just for quickness and ease. I'm not really bothered how much it looks. It's going to be a mess, that area anyway, basically. So before I do anything else, I'm going to give the baseboard a quick seal with some PVA, because it's a foam baseboard. just going to seal it off with some PVA on the canal part there, just so when I put any paint on it doesn't seep through. I've not actually tried painting the baseboard yet, so I don't know how the paint goes onto it. But a bit of PVA won't do any harm. Just to seal it off anyway, that is. Well, that's about it for this month. Not going to get much more time out in the garage now, really. Before we get into December, anyway. Got a fair bit done. Quite happy with it. So, obviously, that road is pretty much finished. I had a few old classic cars that were my granddad's. I've just redone them up there. Little classic car convoy. Nothing too fancy, really. I've had a few more hedges and stuff down this way. I think we've sorted out the damp problem around here, I think. Now I've got a nice little heater just ticking away quite nicely in the garage. Always taking the edge off it, and I've got a little dehumidifier pot over the other side, but that's bone dry, so it's always a good sign. So hopefully that damp part's been sorted, and I've redone the ballast as well down there where I needed to. We've also added a little lay-by in. Sort of improves the access to the depot area for the network rail guys. Obviously buried it off the roadworks, just had it lying around, so why not? What else have we done? So I've actually done quite a bit down here past few weeks. Finally got the roundabout in, and the roadway going into the potash facility. Still plenty to do down here. I need to paint this area, that colour I was on about before. get some water down in the canal and build all this up a little bit. It's not going to be a massive canal basin obviously, but it's just going to be something probably a bit derelict really, I suppose, to a certain extent. I haven't really got the space to make it anything more than that, but it'll just get an idea across anyway, just to give an impression as much as anything. So yeah, it's coming on well. Can't quite decide what to do with back of this warehouse yet. It's probably going to get painted grey and be a bit of an overgrown dumping area for the sidings or something along them lines. So hopefully over the next month or so, I'll be able to get some more grass down here. Eventually get it all blended into the canal embankment around the lock, get all this bit tied up a little bit. And I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with this part of the wall there. It's not quite, it's actually too high for the Metcalfe retaining wall, so I might have to build it up a little bit, ramp the scenery up, and then put the retaining wall on. Because the idea is that there's a tunnel hidden at the back end of the canal through there. Obviously that'll make more sense once I get that bit done. But yeah. Nothing much changed on the railway side of things really. Still just some trains running along every now and then while I'm doing some work. Yeah, it's going along quite nicely. Quite happy with it. Obviously all the main streets now pretty much finished. Could do with a couple of bushes and stuff and some more detail. Need some more street furniture really. Street lights, stuff like that. Just little finishing touches, I guess. So we'll see what comes of them. One big thing that's going to be a big job to do soon. I'm going to replace my station platforms. Currently, I think the Kestrel plastic kits, they're just glued together with a bit of dowel underneath, keeping them straight. But as you can see, if I zoom in slightly, one of them started lifting. It's actually bent. I can't get it to sit back flat again. And try as I might, it just won't have it. I'm not that impressed with how they've come out. I topped them with some scale model scenery station platforms, printed surfaces, and they didn't take well to the plastic. I'm not awfully happy with how they've come out. So I've got some bits of wood. I'm going to try and cut them to size, make them fit, and hopefully get them looking a bit smarter, a bit of a nicer finish. Because I'm trying to take photos, and it just looks a mess. If you want a better way of putting it. So that'll probably be another job for next month or the month after. Get them ripped up, get them relaid. I think I'm going to spray them the same grey as the road surface, and then probably add some more of these edging strips. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next update.